What's up? What's going on? So, I have forgot all about the Dan Rather thing when he just clapped on Trump so elegantly. He said, I voted for both sides. He says, I've never had a problem about it. It's not about politics. He just said that the man was vile, racist, a liar, fascist, and a cheater. And I was like, tell him, Dan Rather, tell him how you really feel. Dan Rather was a matter of fact newsman. He spoke the facts, he spoke the truth. He has been a lost vehicle in modernized news journalism. We don't really have newscasters anymore. We have people who sit there and throw opinions like we all do, and they will lie and tell all kinds of stories. Dan Rather was like, that's the way it is. He said everything how I feel about Trump. I mean, when we're talking about from moral perspective, there is no morals. We're talking about matter of fact. You get that sense, that entitlement, and that whole thing. I like what Dan Rather said. He put this out on his ex former Twitter post, and what came to me is because someone I happen to follow on Instagram happened to put it up, and I thought, wow, why did I not remember that? But why is it so timely right now? Because it is very timely. When you see the divide to conquer, when you see the mindset. When I did my video about can you be friends with anybody who likes Trump, this is exactly what I was going on about. And I'm going to throw this one at you too. I had a good old buddy of mine who passed some years ago. And he always said to me, he said, in his mind, he says, white people can't be called racist unless someone else says it. That's what he said. Now, I don't subscribe to that point of view, but he said that. But then I thought, well, if you'd have saw what Dan Rather said, and he would have co-signed it because he did respect Dan Rather. This, a respected journalist, is speaking the facts. There is no sugarcoating. There is no minimalism. This is the facts. And he called him out for his divisive nature, considered him vile, and what he was about. You know, he's speaking as someone who has covered a lot, someone who has seen a lot, someone has heard a lot, someone that has been at the fore with people. You cannot make it up if you're a journalist. You cannot make it up in totality. That's why when you watch ignorant comedy like Fox Sports and news, especially meant to say Fox News, but you could say the sport. All that stuff is bought and paid for. All of them here, and they do it on ESPN too. You know, people don't like it when you call out and say that yes, you feel this person is racist, you feel they're separatist, they lie all the time, they cheat, they will make up anything to come across to cover and to skate away from the truth. And it has been proven. When you saw what happened in 2021, the buildings and stuff, you see all the things that go on that people justify, downplay to try to minimize it and just try to pass it off and just scratch and act like it ain't there. It's beyond embarrassing. It's a reality. So Dan Rather, when he clapped on Trump, I have to co-sign all the way because that's exactly how I feel. I don't understand people who don't understand that point of view when they try to act like you somehow crazy because you were calling it out. This is a respected newsman who's seen presidents and vice presidents, etc., for decades, seen all these parties come through. And when you see the nature of what someone is trying to do to manipulate a situation, breaking laws, doing what they want to do, etc., you can't condone it. And it says a lot from one white man to another to say, hey, that's why I applauded when Rob De Niro called him out too, because I'm thinking, you really are bad because you have privilege and you can signify and look the other way. But the ones who don't and say something, Dan Rather gets much respect from me. So when he clapped on Trump, he clapped back. He let it be known. I don't condone this. I don't accept this. Therefore, I'm going to let it be known. Respect that man. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments. And I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free, stay true. I'm out one time. Peace.